Thanks, Jess.
97.9 The Box. It's Young Jas from the Manhattan Morning Show here with Jessie Reyez, who just killed it at her show, Warehouse Live tonight. Today, Halloween is just a couple hours away. I don't know, are you into it? Are you dressing up?
Oh, hell no, I don't like Halloween. I'm too scared of
Why?
I don't fuck with scary movies. I don't fuck with horror shit.
I don't like scary movies either.
So, no.
No?
No.
That's not you at all?
No, I like the candy. Send the candy my way. Everything else, you can keep it.
What's your favorite Halloween candy? Or just candy in general.
Crybabies.
What?
You know those? I don't know if they have them in the States. They must the circle gumballs that are like massive and they're sour as hell, and they come in like a little roll.
And they're called crybabies?
Crybabies.
I don't know.
No? You should try them.
Well, speaking of, the States and everything, so you grew up in Toronto, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's it been like living in the States now? You're living here now?
I kind of live out of my backpack. Because there's been a lot of traveling and stuff for the past 2 years, so I packed my bags in Toronto. But I've been on the road, but I kind of lived everywhere. I lived Toronto, I lived around Toronto, like in the GTA. I lived in Florida too. I lived in Fort Lauderdale. All this before I started this kind of lifestyle, touring lifestyle. But it's cool, man. I like it because I lived in Florida already, so I already had been living in the States before we started.
When you were
touring.
in Florida?
When I was living in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah. So it's cool. I like the States, man, especially Florida because there's a lot of Latinos, so it's nice.
So what was it like growing up, as a Latina?
In Canada, in Toronto. In Toronto, I feel like I was fortunate because there's so many immigrants in Toronto. There's mad immigrants.
Really?
Yes, in the city. Not so much you go to outskirts of Canada and stuff. It's not the same. But in Toronto and the city, yes, there's a whole lot of immigrants, and so it's. I felt like maybe if I had been born somewhere else, I would not have been given the privilege to feel comfortable waving both flags. You're almost encouraged to hold on to that because everyone comes from somewhere else. So you're encouraged to hold on to your parents' flag and the Canadian flag, And when I first went to school, I went to St. Charles Garnier. That was my first school, right by Jane and Finch in Toronto. And when I went there, it was like African kids and Indian kids and other Latino
So it was
kids.
super diverse.
So diverse.
Yeah.
And at home, when you're first generation, when you're born into an immigrant family, you speak that at home. You speak that. All I spoke was Spanish. When I went into school, I didn't know a lick of English.
What?
Nothing. But it's the norm because every other kid that had their parents from somewhere else didn't speak a lick of English either. So I didn't feel out of place. I only started to feel that as I was older and moved around and then went to places that weren't as diverse, and I was like, oh shit, I'm different. Because when everybody's different, being different is normal.
Right.
So
when was that moment where you first realized, oh man, I'm different?
And later on, we moved further west, and there was just, I think maybe me and 2 other kids that were dark, and I still had an accent. I still had people say I still have it, but I had a thicker accent. And I couldn't say tomato part. I'll never forget that. If you're getting bullied, fuck your bullies. I'll never forget that. I was like tomate. Because I said tomate. They be like tomato. I be like tomate. Yeah, so it was then. But Gary Vee has this quote that resonated a lot with me. That's any adversity,
Spit it.
Any adversity you face growing up, anything that was a disadvantage, you should thank God for, because when you've been because it'll make you stronger, it'll make your character stronger, it'll make you it'll make your skin thicker, So I'm almost grateful for not having been able to feel I completely fit in or feel like that, because I feel like it made me.
And you have something different, your story is different.
But everybody has I'm sure you have your story. I'm sure everybody has their story. So that's just mine. I'm happy for it.
Yeah. So speaking of your story, how did you get how did you know you wanted to do music? I know you started playing the guitar and stuff because of your dad when you were younger, but was there a defining moment where you were this is why I want to do it?
Always. No, I can't even tell.
Since you were younger?
Yeah. That's what I've been wanting to do. Yeah.
What?
Since I was
Did you always know you were gonna be at this point though?
No, hell no. When I was younger, I used to dream of this shit. I used to pray for this shit, but it's it's so far removed. It's such a It's
but
such
now
a thing.
You're here.
But I don't even think I'm not here. I'm not nowhere. I'm still working hard. This is a step.
But you are above a lot.
Thank you.
Let me just tell you that you're very talented.
Thank
Your
you.
show was amazing. The energy, all the fans there. Speaking of the fans, one of your fans, Judith, she wanted me to give you this message. She said, "Love you so much. Thank you for sharing your art." But I'm telling you, like, the diehards were out there tonight. You can keep it. You can keep it.
That's my mom's name.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's cool. Thank you.
So-
There's gum in here. That's funny.
So let's just talk about the album real quick. Being Human in Public. So why'd you choose that title for the album?
Well, cause I feel like that's what I like aspire to be, which I know sounds silly, cause like you're human in public right now.
Yeah.
I'm human in public. You're human in public right now. Everybody's human in public right now. But I feel like climate and culture right now is so interesting because everybody has this opportunity to have the second self or third self online on different places, and it's whatever you show people. And the craziest thing is that I could say that it's right now and it's like current because we have these extra skins to ourselves, but we don't, because if you think back, like even I'm sure, like even years before technology, it's hard for people to be completely honest because you fear. It's like natural for humans to have that insecurity to be like, well, what are you thinking? Or am I different? Or the thing I felt when I was little, like, am I different? Am I not? So being human in public is just kind of embracing that, embracing your differences, and like man, swing your dick out in public, or like you know what I mean, or like going out with no makeup, or if I want to wear slides, I'm gonna wear slides for meet and greets, and because
that's what it is. Because that's actually normal.
Dead ass, and it's like, man, if you don't want to be in heels, don't be in heels. Don't feel pressure. Don't, just do whatever feels natural to you, and like be you, you know. Which I know sounds like a cliche, but I wish I heard it more growing up, because then I'd be more comfortable early on. This is just something that I've come into in my later years, but like I feel like I wanna tell my nieces that, I wanna tell my nephews that, like, do you, be you, fuck everybody.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's super dope. So, I guess last but not least, so like, what is that point for you? Like, what is your goal, I guess, out of your whole, you know, your craft and everything like that? Is there something like you aspire to be or aspire to do that will be like, wow, like, that's exactly why I do this?
Yeah. The day I die, I wanna die with like no regrets. I wanna die great. I don't know if it sounds morbid, but sometimes I tell people and they don't get it, and I'm like, I wanna get to that point where I know I didn't waste my life, and I helped as many people as I could, and my legacy's intact, and I made my mom and dad proud, and like there's specifics, but the specifics I talk about all the time. Like the specifics are on my vision board, like an orphanage named after my mom, and Grammys on the wall, and a farm for my dad. That's like conceptualized, visualized, like bird's eye. But to be general, just to die great. I want to die great.
Amazing. Thank you so much for
you.
the interview.
Thanks,
It's 97.9 The Vibes. Jessie Reyez, Mad Hatter Morning Show
Bye.
on 10.